gonna say Sabino Canyon?
See, that's fucking hilarious.
What is going on with the ham? I don't know. Did you want to sniff the ham? Yes, I will sniff the ham.
This is ham, soaked in rum. It is loaded with booze.
Hearty handfuls of ham.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to HamStew. I'm Ham, and my special guest today is Josh Meesh.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Thanks for having me, Ham.
Yeah,
here
dude.
on this special episode of HamStew.
It's 2.1. I tried going earlier,
yes.
and then computer crashed and decided,
Computer
I gotta
took a
update
shit.
absolutely everything. Yeah, whatever. That's what that is.
It's updated. It's back, and bonus, I'm here too.
Bonus. Yeah. So,
what's in the recipe today for HamStew?
the recipe is talking porn stars. Let's talk porn
We're gonna
stars.
continue the porn star talk.
Yeah, we're totally continuing porn star talk.
All right.
You know
so
what?
when
I'm just gonna-
you brought up Laura Jensen.
Allura.
Jensen, that's her name, right?
Yeah,
right,
she's
interesting.
6'3", I think, or something like that. 6'2",
Nice.
and she's fit as fuck. Like fit as fuck.
Like fit. All right.
Fit.
She does it all. You said.
All, and then when you start like looking Allura Jensen up, and you're like, wait a second, she fucking does these kind of videos, and you're kind of like, ugh.
Yeah.
All right, she's just getting paid though.
Yeah.
She's getting paid because
Right.
you know. The
It's
internet
weird,
is
like,
full of weird people.
Yeah, it is full of weird people. No, I mean there's been like I've come across a chick on Pornhub, and I'm pretty sure she's amateur. There's no way that like the video quality it's definitely not like, you know, corporate directed or whatever you would say, but it's.
Would
enjoy
you
her
consider
videos.
a cam girl then? Is she a cam girl?
there-
Because
no,
that's
there
a whole
are-
different genre.
Right. No, she's not a cam girl. But there are definitely like scenarios that she plays out in the videos. You know.
And if you pay her a little extra, she'll play
do
out
a
the
personal
scenario
one.
for you. And yeah.
But I mean, I'm maybe not. I don't know. But she just has like a fucking huge library of videos on there. And yeah, there's some where I'm like, you know, I'm like, oh, this is good. I really like this stuff. What else does she have? And then you're like, oh, damn, what the fuck? All right, I'll watch it. But yeah, it's just because you got to be willing to do everything now as a porn star. I think.
kinda, like,
You know?
kinda. I'm not saying you have to do
No, you
everything as a
definitely
porn
don't
star,
have
but
but there are some niches out there that you could definitely fill and be paid good money.
I
for.
remember watching this one video that opened up, and this chick was telling this other chick, because you know, like, she was a guest on her videos.
Yeah, okay.
And she kept telling her, sell it, baby, sell it.
Sell it. That kind of takes you out of it, though.
Yeah, but
Like-
then it was right at the beginning of the video. Like it wasn't supposed to be part of the video.
But
but-
she hit record a little too early or something.
Yeah, they hit a little.
Yeah.
And she, you know, the chick's getting boned down and everything, and she's just like,
Sell it, bitch.
And
Sell
then-
it.
yeah, and
you
then-
want to eat tonight? Sell it.
Well, yeah, exactly. And then she's like, sell it. And then all of a sudden she's like, oh. Yeah, she sold it.
All right.
And the
well,
video
she did it.
completely changed. But when that chick was like, sell it, just sell it, baby, sell it.
That's funny. Yeah. No, that would take me out of it. No. I mean, yeah, like I was saying earlier, you know, porn stars are definitely different today than they were back then. I feel like being a porn star is different. You definitely have the, you know, the production.
Who was the
companies
first
out there.
porn star that you could go back and be like, all right?
The first actual like porn star, like name recognition porn
And
star.
don't say Jenna Jameson.
I'm not gonna say no, and it wasn't Jenna Jameson. You just like I said, you said name a porn star off the top of your head. It's Jenna Jameson because I see her poster at work every day.
Right.
But porn star, Ooh, Heather.
Heather.
Heather, I deep throat Heather.
Okay.
That's one of the first ones I can think about. I can remember being like following, like watching more than one of her videos.
Okay.
And those are back in the day. That was back in the day for me when using like LimeWire or Kazaa to download porn, which was risky as fuck.
It was insanely risky.
Insanely risky as fuck. Like, I mean, I was doing a thing where like I would download the videos, watch them, and then delete all of them as fast as I could, because I didn't want to get found out. I mean, other than that, then you had your free tours of porn websites.
Do you ever remember Sylvia Saint?
I don't.
She was one of the first porn stars I ever came across, and
No,
I was
I don't
like,
remember her.
this chick is like a doll face.
A doll face.
Like she was a legitimate
like
doll
too pretty
face
for porn or adorable.
Well, she was pretty.
All right.
She was pretty as fuck, but she was like porn star pretty.
Which, yes, you're right, is different than normal. Like office girl pretty.
Porn star pretty is like everyday normal chick pretty.
Yes, yeah. And it's like the girl next door type pretty.
Oh yeah, totally.
It's like more realistic.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that was Sylvia Saint.
All right. No, the name sounds familiar, and probably if you showed me her tits, I'd recognize her. But yeah, man. No, I mean, there's a few girls that I see post on Reddit a lot, and I don't know that you would call them porn stars. But what
would you call them? I mean, at this point, because they're like,
kind of cam girls, kind of porn stars, because some of them have they're making money off of it.
Yeah.
Obviously, even going through Reddit, because they have they use Reddit kind of as a way to advertise for their personal stuff.
Right.
And so, I mean, in a way, it's actually
it's ingenious.
It's ingenious in, it goes into like what I always say, what a future we live in, where now you can pay the porn star directly for the porn you want from her.
Yeah.
So it's
and that's what I'm talking about with like Allura Jensen.
Yeah,
and stuff
now
that.
Now that's what I'm saying. Like it's kind of different to be a porn star nowadays. Like back then, you had to sign a contract and do so many videos with. I mean, I'm not saying I know the ins and outs of the porn industry. But nowadays, you got a camera, you got tits, you can be a cam girl and make fucking tons of money.
Tons of money. You can make your rent in one video shoot.
Probably, yeah. I'm not gonna say immediately you post a picture of your tits and the money starts flowing in, but
if you do it properly,
it's gonna take some work, like anything that's worth doing.
If you do it properly,
God damn it.
If you market yourself properly
you gotta
and you're like, you know what, I will do 5 videos today, and each one of those videos is $100,
right? Or you do clips of the video for free on Reddit, and then if you want the whole video, go to my website and pay
right
$10 or whatever.
Right.
I don't know. Some of them might have even subscription services, you pay $10 a month and you get access to all their shit. I don't know. I don't go into that. I don't pay for porn.
I don't pay for. What was the last time?
I feel kind of bad that I should.
Have you ever legitimately paid for porn?
No, I'm not even a magazine. I've never bought. Maybe I bought a magazine once, but no videos. I've never bought a movie or DVD or.
Would you
anything.
consider Playboy porn?
Yeah.
All right, then I had a subscription to Playboy.
All right, nice. I bought an issue of Maxim once.
Okay, and then not only that, I used to go to the Last Living video store here, me and my chick, and we would go behind the curtain.
See, I always wanted to. I always wanted to be when I was old enough, be able to go back.
The only reason why we actually went behind the curtain is because One Night in China just came out.
Well, of course, you would have to at that point.
So we went over there and actually rented that video.
And did you watch it as a couple?
We watched it as a couple, which was hilarious. And then the following Saturday was a UFC fight, so I took it over to the UFC fight. I was like, You know
Bro.
China, right?
We gotta watch this porno.
And legit, like everyone watched it, and we fucking cracked up the
That's
whole time.
fucking
And then the only
hilarious.
reason, one of the main reasons why is because one of the trailers to a video
All right,
before
that was-
the main video
Oh, yeah, yeah,
started
so it's- yeah.
was midget porn.
Oh damn, dude. That's
And you
funny.
would only know that if you rented the
if you
video.
rented the video. Oh
Yeah.
my god, that's fucking hilarious.
It's fucking hilarious.
What, did they have like a midget version of China?
No, it wasn't. It
Oh,
was
okay.
like
Okay.
midget dudes. Like it was like a. I couldn't even tell you the plot points or anything, but it was it was a trailer.
That's fucking awesome. That's funny. No, I never rented a porno. Although I believe I would probably rent it under those circumstances. But yeah, never paid money for porn. And like I said, I feel like I'm robbing a lot of girls out there
Really?
in some ways.
How though? Like,
I
don't
don't know.
they get
I mean,
ad
they
revenue?
were right. Well, I guess you're right. All right. So I mean, I do watch all of the ads too. So
Right. The ads
so
are
I'm
full on-
I'm doing my part.
Hi, I'm Stormy Daniels. You may have seen me in the headlines lately.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's definitely another porn star you think of nowadays, but
You ever seen ads with Stormy Daniels in it? They're fucking hilarious.
really, no, those are
There's
like that's like
Yeah,
right now.
That's a
now?
legitimate ad. Hi, I'm Stormy Daniels. You may have seen me in the headlines lately, but I want to
Okay,
let you
that's
know
funny.
that you can come see my cam site right now. And
Holy shit! Wow, what a future we live in.
it's fucking hilarious. And she's like, you know, she's older, but her boobs are like really like they're weird.
All right,
I don't know how
She's
to
old and got weird boobs.
I don't know how to explain Stormy Daniels' boobs, but her boobs are like weird as fuck. They're like photoshopped,
but in real life,
but in real life,
in
yeah,
real life, photoshopped. That's nasty.
it's weird.
No. I wouldn't
Hi,
pay
I'm
for that.
Stormy Daniels.
That's fucking hilarious.
That's a thing.
That is a thing.
I'm gonna have to like capture the audio just so I can put it. Hi, I'm Stormy Daniels.
Hi, I'm Stormy Daniels. You're listening to Yo Bro Radio.
Oh, holy shit! Can you imagine?
Dude, that would be great.
All right, give me a
Start a
second.
GoFundMe to get Stormy Daniels to endorse Yo Bro Radio.
A GoFundMe
Yeah.
could work. It really could work. I'll see what it takes to get a hold of Stormy Daniels. Yeah.
You'll talk to your people.
Ham's people will talk
Ham's
to
people.
Ham's people, and those people will talk to Stormy Daniels' people.
All right.
I got
Foolproof
two
plan.
layers of people.
Foolproof plan.
Hearty handfuls, baby.
Already handfuls.
I just like the sound. I just like the sound.
Wow.
Do you think AEW is going to hurt indie wrestling in the long run?
I don't know,
Like
man.
in the long
that's
run,
a good
because
question.
they're scooping absolutely everyone who is notable on the
On
indie
the
scene.
indie circuit. Isn't that what like WWE did way back then?
Well, that's what the WWE tries to do.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like even like back then, back in when Vince McMahon Jr.
Yeah.
took over, he
Yeah.
started doing that shit. That's what, because I remember there used to be so many regional wrestling promotions that ended up being bought up completely by the WWF at the time. So, and ultimately, I don't think so. I mean, as long as every generation is going to bring forth a new crew of people who want to be wrestlers.
But it's just not new though. Like a lot of these dudes, like apparently, according to all the internet, half of the WWE roster is requesting a
contract termination.
Like requesting contract termination so they can move on to AEW.
Yeah. See, I mean, I'm no expert on the whole situation. Not in the least. I don't watch wrestling as much as I used to. That's for damn sure.
But I have kept you in the loop of what's going on with AEW and all this other shit, right?
And, yeah. And I mean, AEW, All Elite Wrestling, coming in and wanting to, be the next big thing, right? And they're going about it in a good way. They're bringing the people that need to be, I feel like in some cases need to be noticed and more recognized
for the smaller talent, for the indie talent.
Yes,
right,
yeah.
right.
Well,
but that's
I
a
feel
specific crew,
right?
But then when you start saying that half of the WWE roster wants to be signed by AEW now because
I feel like that's
AEW
just rumors,
is the best thing ever.
I feel like that's just rumors, and I feel like people are blowing it out of proportion right now.
It is, but it isn't though, because
Right.
like Dean Ambrose.
Yes.
Dean Ambrose requested a release, and he got his release.
Yes. Oh yeah, I remember.
Even
I
to
did
the
read
point
that.
where the WWE put out a notice saying,
wish him luck in the future.
yeah,
endeavors
in the future
and
and shit like that. Like,
so is he 100% confirmed going
No.
to AEW?
No.
He's not going
No.
to AEW.
It's not confirmed.
It's not confirmed. It's
but
just rumor at the moment.
It's rumor, but dude, you fucking know he's gonna show up in a surprise type, like,
right.
Like a major type thing.
Yeah. So, well, in the AEW, like major pay-per-view or event there. I don't know. I mean, maybe something like this will help WWE realize they need to change the way that they do things.
But in the long run, is it going to hurt the indies because they're quote unquote recruiting so many of these WWE stars. So if you have these WWE stars clash with these indie stars, and the indie stars don't get over because everyone else fucking loves the WWE stars.
Right. See, I mean, if they're bringing indie wrestlers in to be, to put over the WWE roster, then I mean that's dumb. I feel like that's dumb. But if they're bringing the indie wrestlers in to like put them over and get them recognition, I feel like that would be more of a way to do it. In terms of like, is it going to kill the indie circuit? I don't think so.
Pay structure wise.
What do you mean?
Like okay, so are they going to pay these indie stars just as much as they're paying these ex WWE stars?
I don't know, but I mean, business wise, you would have to imagine that the ex WWE stars are going to get offered more money.
Would Chris Jericho be getting more money than the CEO, Cody Rhodes?
Cody Rhodes is the CEO of AEW, right?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think he would get more than. But I don't know, man. I don't know what their.
But the only reason why I'm saying is because
is
Chris Jericho is saying this is the best pay date that he's ever seen in his career, and he hasn't even wrestled a match with these guys yet.
That's legit from him. That's from him. Okay. Well then, I don't know. I mean, if they can. Damn, dude. No, you're right. This is way more complicated than.
Do you think it'll ruin the indies? I mean, and when it gets that complicated, where Chris Jericho is getting the biggest pay date he's ever had.
Well, maybe it ends up being the best thing for the indies.
How so?
I don't know. Maybe the indie wrestlers start getting paid better, getting paid more, and
but if a company's already
talent.
paying so much out without garnering revenue. And then to top it off, they're saying, "Oh, we're gonna give these guys health care,"
which, I mean, that's an insane proposition. I don't know any health care insurer that would insure a wrestling promotion with, affordably, because of obviously the liability that incurs in doing a wrestling promotion.
The NFL just started kind of doing that recently, right?
Well, I don't know, but I feel like it definitely should be done. I mean, you see guys who get retired too soon because they don't have, like proper health care and stuff. And yeah, man, I mean, if that ends up being a thing, like, I'd almost want to promote or support AEW for giving their wrestlers what they actually need and deserve as performers and stunt artists.
But do you think a conglomerate like the WWE would have already figured out their healthcare for their wrestlers if it was a viable option?
I mean, that's the thing, is I don't know. I mean, maybe is it WWE as a corporation evil enough to be like, haha, you pay for your own stuff, because it's, like I said, it's a huge liability for a company to take on themselves. So as WWE, in some cases, you can look at WWE as like an evil conglomerate, and see that maybe all
wrestlers are independent contractors.
All wrestlers are independent contractors, and they take care of their own insurance and so forth,
and travel
and all of that, and they pay for their own expenses and whatnot. So I can see that. That's how WWE got so big, and how much, why they're the highest earning promotion. But I don't know. I'm talking out of my ass mostly.
I mean, I could see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I just want to say yo to Commander Pilon.
Oh, bonjour.
Bonjour, Commander Pilon.
Commander Pilon.
But yeah,
welcome.
I can see where you're coming from. But the fact that AEW will fucking... Dude, I feel like they're going to go bankrupt right at the end of their next show.
Maybe. Because, like I said, think about it, man. For example, Jackie Chan and his stunt team are blacklisted from every insurance company in existence. Because obviously Jackie Chan performs his own stunts, and he has his stunt team that does it, and they're not willing, no insurance company is willing to pay for that liability. So Jackie Chan he's got it so that he does it paid out of pocket, basically, from himself to take care of his stunt crew. And obviously Jackie Chan earns enough money to do that. Now, if AEW can do the same thing, pull off that much, that income, that revenue that they need to take care of their wrestlers, and hopefully there aren't wrestlers that try and take advantage of the,
there are. There will be, especially all these veterans.
Oh, of course. And some of them are coming in. You got to know that you got to believe that, like, Chris Jericho's coming into the AEW with previous injuries and conditions.
Jericho's healthy as fuck.
Oh, well, good. Well, all right. Well, good for him.
Dude, don't ever discount Jericho. He does DDP yoga every single day.
Oh, man,
he is healthy as fuck. He is probably the most healthiest wrestler that could be.
Well, then, you know what needs to happen, actually, is AEW needs to partner up with DDP Yoga, and then their wrestlers will all be perfectly healthy, and they won't even need to pay for health insurance for them. But yeah, man, I don't know. What do you feel like the AEW is going to kill the indie wrestling scene?
I really do.
You really do?
I really, really do. That it's going to really harm, not kill it, but really harm
Set it back
the
for a
indie
while.
wrestling scene. And it's going to be like, oh, if you want to be a top indie star, then you have to come through us. You can't just
Right.
be a top indie star where you are and then go to NXT.
The next day, right?
Yeah. No, it's not going to be like that. No,
Yeah.
these guys are like, no, if you want to be top, you have to come through us. So they're just putting another rung on the ladder.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that, but I don't know. I mean, like I said, I don't know enough about the indie scene overall to say whether or not that they would kill it, but I don't feel like they would. But that's mainly because of I just believe that there's enough passionate, people out there that want to become wrestlers that will, if they can't wrestle under AEW or under NXT or under WWE, they're going to start their own promotion, and it will, it may not be right away. It may not be, maybe in the next 5-6 years, this people will start building their own
do you
indie
think
promotions.
that AEW is the next Global Force Wrestling with Jeff Jarrett, where it's just a fucking money marketing scheme?
I mean,
and
I don't know.
then Jeff Jarrett ends up being a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble, like the most surprised Royal Rumble
Old
entrant.
Slapnuts.
And everyone was completely like, oh, okay,
That was there was no pop really.
This was the worst Rumble ever.
You really feel that way? We didn't even watch the Rumble. You didn't even watch the Rumble.
I rewatched it. I seen clips
okay.
and did all this and that so I can watch the Rumble. I watched the Rumble. It's
awful.
It was lackluster.
Okay.
And then talking to the casual normies wrestling fans.
Normies.
Yeah, the normie wrestling fans.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, I went to the one in Phoenix and it was awesome and it was cool, and it was just amazing to see 70,000 people scream for Becky Lynch, and I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah.
You ever seen any other town scream for Becky Lynch? Is where it's at. She is the man.
Yeah. You're talking to the normies, and you're just you don't know, you don't pay attention.
I'm not even gonna tell him that, dude. I'm just like, all right, that's your view. If that's but I realize that the normies' view on wrestling is not anywhere close.
Because it's also at that weird period right now where in some ways wrestling is becoming a little bit more accepted.
No,
you don't think so?
No,
you don't think so?
No, wrestling is wrestling.
It is wrestling.
It's neither
always has
accepted.
Been, but
it's neither
becoming,
accepted or absolutely passionized.
Well, what I'm saying is it's not as unknown as it used to be. You have more people have more knowledge of wrestling than they used to.
Kinda.
In my experience, back when I was watching wrestling, you'd talk about someone and they would be like, "Who's that? You're a fucking nerd." But then you'd bring up Shawn Michaels nowadays, and they're like, "Oh yeah, Shawn Michaels, Sweet Chin Music," and.
But that's old school shit. Shawn Michaels
but
is
I'm
totally
saying nowadays with current shit, in my experience, has been.
Yeah, I mean, if you say Roman Reigns and people will be like, "Oh man, I like the Bullet Club."
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm still on the same thread where wrestling fans are killing wrestling.
Right.
And one of the main reasons why is because, again, with AEW, I'm a wrestling fan and I'm going to give it its due, legitimately, but I can't see how they're going to do what they say they're going to do.
Okay.
Without having some hardcore repercussions. I'm sure they can put on amazing wrestling shows,
right?
Without a second thought, but it's. I feel like their view on it is way too big than what they can pull off.
Okay. So I do what you see with the AEW. They are starting off. It sounds like they're biting off more than they can chew at the moment, in terms of like trying to get wrestlers like Chris Jericho and every indie wrestler, and also paying them all, or covering health insurance for all of them.
And I'm not saying that there's not a niche for what they're trying to do.
Right. Yeah. No, and it's as
but that's a lot.
You're right. It is a lot. That's the scariest thing to me about it. And you brought up a good point with like if that were viable, don't you think WWE would have done it by now? Being as big a company as they are. So I don't know. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Maybe AEW makes a big splash and then fucking pitters out.
But they're supposed to be doing a weekly show.
Wait, a weekly show?
They're going to do
like
a weekly televised show.
Okay.
And they're going to be doing a monthly pay-per-view.
So they're going to be competing directly with WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's their goal. And then to top all that off, they want to have better production than the WWE, and they want to have health care for their fucking wrestlers.
It's a lot. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out and what happens.
And they're paying the wrestlers probably 2 times more than what the WWE is probably
right. And this all
out.
Sounds very, very, too good to be true.
I mean, even if you're making $100,000 with the WWE,
right?
They're trying to be like, hey, we'll pay you $250,000.
Right. And we'll take care of your health care.
And we'll take care of your health care and this and that.
Yeah, man, how would you pass that up? How would you pass that up as a wrestler? What about their touring? Are they going to be all over the place?
Apparently, they're supposed to be touring as well. They're going to have a whole touring schedule.
Yeah.
And
see, I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm interested to see how it goes down. How it plays out, like financially for them, I guess.
AEW. Nah, man. I can't even start that chant. All right. Okay, hold on. We'll be right back. Give me 1 second.